Good morning, ma'am, and to everyone. I am here to ponder upon the various plan of action that we can actually consider with respect to the area and scope of how the story transcends into highlighting beneficial roles in an organization, produce and correlate to a better and efficient working conditions. To start with, we have the plan of action of interactions bearing relatability as social currency. To provide input and prospect to this is the explanation that in every aspect there is always a good and a bad side, but it is within us on how we will be able for people to perceive the good through us making extensive efforts. In the organization setting, to be precise, it is a general knowledge that efforts doesn't need to come along only within the vicinity of the workforce, but rather also to the one controlling the labor. To pertain people, I am referring to the manager or head that should be creating either a great length of social communications and interactions through the creation of teams that will favor different concepts of foundational management in the corporate setting, in line with the displacement of a good provision on the upbringing of the psychology and sociology in which employees will be perceiving a just system and good dynamics that can turn into a performative connection between them as laborers and employers as supervision. In addition, managers relating themselves to their employee is a great embodiment that they are within them in the midst of chaos and some extraordinary circumstances that they may encounter upon working, because in this sense, managers get to convey their thoughts on how to work things out to their employees, hence making a connection between the partnership as the people or force behind pushing the company and organization to greatness. Second plan of action will be intervention to an intelligible system, laissez-faire management. To relate it in the story, we have witnessed how crucial it is to be guided and accept guidance in the corporate world, most especially that things here are very crucial to be spending limitless errors just because there is no primary guidance and principles being mandated towards success of a certain activity, role, or any responsibility. Also, desensitizing people, specifically employee, to a structure or methodology in which they will not grow as a person or a role adjusted to them, being intensive in the long run, should be eradicated in expense of the autonomy to make their own decisions and managing their own desks be banished into implying that every employee still needs guidance and supervision at all times. Because in reality, there is no free meal, and by that, we must learn hardly the conventional way on how to figure things out with the help of someone who is knowledgeable about a certain activity perimeter. Through intervening a proper system to the laissez-faire management, we could say that the creation of harmonious relationship within each employee can spark an inspiration within them to be progressive in terms of pushing their capability into greatness that they know they have, and to be not caged into a certain line of work where they will be boastful to know everything within just from the start. For the third plan of action, it will be the provision of extending effort for the employees to grow creatively and economically. In this course, we know for sure that there are tons of certain way in which employees can grow spiritually, physically, emotionally, and as well as mentally without exploiting them into the sense of work for 24/7. In correlation, there should be a provision in respect to the story we have that employees do also need to grow potentially by prioritizing their economic and creativity welfare. Through the head manager, providing that there should be any other activities that can help employees lessen their productivity and absenteeism because they are being fed with a routine that kills their desire to work economically and creatively. With this, employees should be given a whole lot of opportunity to grow by imparting them a culture of belonging through various economic activities that will bring the best out of them. For our last plan of action, it will be centralized towards job satisfaction, being the primary goal of success, connoting upgrade within workforce, due to the reason that if a person is satisfied, everything will fall into place. Because through the implementation of a system that prioritizes employee the most, expecting a significant and substantial turnout of ascendancy and prosperity from the things they do for the greater good of the company is within reach. To add facts also, when an employee is perceiving any amount of appreciation and satisfaction, they tend to produce their best self that embody how they prioritize and excel their standards in compensation that someone is within them, celebrating either of their small and big achievements, goals and objectives which they be eyeing for a long time coming. Well, to wrap things up, here are the 4 detailed plan of action that we could be considering in this analysis of our case today. Once again, thank you everyone. Thank you for listening, and thank you, ma'am, for allowing me to present.